Hey there, everybody. How's it going? Okay, so last we left off, we were working on the news tower. Mhm. Glad you could make it. Yeah, let's see, we are gonna make some cool stuff. Oh, installing a Roblox update. Yeah, it looks like the audience is a bit light tonight. Guess that's what I get for only showing, uh, you know, mid-tier map development. Oh no, there y'all are. Guess I just have to actually show up. Crazy. Can't believe y'all would hold me to account like that. Oh yeah, welcome back. Yeah, the this game has been on Roblox for a very long time. As have I guess. I've been here since 2008. Um, it's grown a lot. You know, the let's see. Okay, so studio is still loading. So yeah, while we're here, all right, no worries, no worries. Yeah, no, we're going to be recording it. Oh, hey there, Sarah. Yeah, well, welcome to the stream. For those of you who don't know, Sarah is a very talented artist. In fact, one of their works hangs in the Superhero Life 2 town hall. Yeah, so yeah, we've got many people have contributed to these games over the years, and I think they're better for it. We really do have an amazing community. So with that, all right, we're set. Okay. Nice. Witness, Superhero Life 2. Oh, okay, here it is. Um, it's loading. This is what I get for having all those materials, really. It's on me. Okay. Yeah, it's doing its best. You'd be shocked just how many meshes you can load in for a single material. Something absurd. It's like one to like 100 or 1,000 or something. This is why you want to use materials, not surface appearances when you can. Um, yeah. So here's the news tower. The basic idea is we're gonna have like a TV or like news segments like rolling around on this thing. Just have a little like broadcast system going. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, this is the news tower, right? I think that it definitely deviated a lot from the original, but I think for the most part, like it's better for it. You know, like we want to have. See, what color was it originally? Is it green? Oh, just I think just plain white windows. Guess, but that tints it to a light blue because of the sky. Hmm. But yeah, the jokes from the old superhero life too go across the stream. Yeah. I will be having humor. Thankfully, my sense of humor has not gone away in the last 7 or so years. It's only gotten worse, arguably. The So we'll be having that or something very similar to it. Um, yeah, we want to keep the character that this game had. But yeah, so we have this pretty much done. I guess the question is, what else should we do? You know, the you can imagine having some combat up here. Um, Yeah, no, it's definitely, we definitely ended up going with a more modern approach. The Yeah, no, but I'm glad you'll like it. The Yeah, no, I feel like th this spike right here, there's gonna be a bunch of different things. Like, is this bad? If I would love it if you could like impale yourself on it, just like if you fly at it, it just stakes you or something. Um, I don't know. Or maybe we can have like some sort of world-ending event here, like this becomes a portal. Like this is just too cool of a visual to like do nothing with, you know? Um, and people are gonna look at it and be like, obviously he designed it with that in mind. I didn't. I'm just trying not to make the Seattle Space Needle. That's my number one goal, which I think we've more or less succeeded at. My main worry now is that people will think it's like a water tower, you know? So we'll see. We will see how that ends up evolving over time. I'm not certain that this will stick, but we are definitely going to give it our all. Um, yeah, we might end up doing a thing where like the first two floors or something, are a little bit more because we're gonna have like shops or stuff like on the first floor, like in a real city, you know. A bunch of these have like street level stuff, so we want to have that. Um, Yeah, actually, no, that'd be very funny. Just like have like a random switch somewhere where like if you flip it, all of a sudden for some reason there's like a laser blast comes out of the tower. Better yet, make it happen only once, and like people just have to like try to figure out like, oh wait, what triggered that, and then they'll try to redo it again. It just won't happen. I don't know. That'd be funny. Yeah, but no, I'm sure that we'll find some fun things for this tower. Uh, let's see. I'm still not sold on the look. We have to do something more with it, you know? Like I like it. It's better than I deserve, but like, I don't know. There's something about it that it just makes me annoyed. Like it looks like it's almost there, but it falls short. Like it just looks too futuristic almost. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Okay. But I think it's good enough for now at least. It might be the color. Let's try some different colors. Something a little bit, more subdued. It's a little bit better. And so, all right, we're just, yeah, like it looks, yeah, no, I agree. No, there's something weird about it. Mm, okay, you know what I'm thinking? Let's, Okay. I don't love it, but this is closer to a real building, wouldn't you say? You know, like we can still do a thing up here, but for the most part, this does prevent the hmm, problem is the top really. Like it's just yeah. Well, that's the problem. Like there's only so much you can do with a there's only so much you can actually do with a building design before it starts looking like something else. Because buildings only have so many like regular shapes, you know? And I feel like I feel like you run into those, you run out of those shapes very quickly. Mm. I like the spire at the top. Problem is, we want it to look like, yeah. So I am open to having more like radio tower, like in putting like radio tower decorations and stuff on it. It's mostly just figuring out how do we make this look good, you know? People are saying I should go back. I just I want it to be obviously like a building. The thing is, this is a news tower, you know? Okay, that's kind of okay, right? How about this? Okay, guys, compromise. How about this one? Okay. Well, the people who want to fly through the news building now have a new goal. Thread the needle. You want to thread the needle through this. In fact, we should make a badge for it, you know? Okay. Are we all okay with this design? I think it looks closer to what like a realistic design would actually be, you know? Okay, let's see how if we can make this look okay. material, we need to work on the material, but let's see. Let me look at the other materials. Because the goal is just we want this to be a, okay, well that doesn't exactly work, though I don't hate it. Okay, it's not, this doesn't fit, but no. Let's see, how about, okay, that kind of works. Hmm. Oh yeah, the wraparound screen, let's see, I think we'll probably just put that around the bottom now. Like just, if we even still add it. It's a cool idea, and I want to add it. It is also going to be one of those ideas that certainly takes a very long time, you know? So it is kind of freeing to know that I don't have to do that. Um, whereas with the previous design, it definitely felt like if I didn't do it, it would just look crazy. So I'd be open to the slanted walls if it wasn't next to literally the only other slanted building, you know? And I do think that this slanted building fits better. Um, let's see. All right. So can we all agree this looks okay enough to for us to move on, you know? But- but- let's do let's make one little change. Yeah, it does look like a building now. Um, so let's just put this here. Honestly, yeah, I don't have this. This is definitely where the seasonal update Christmas tree would go. That would definitely be a good fit for that. Okay. But yeah, all right. I'm liking this more. It's looking more building-y, you know? Let me, just a second, I'm going to just get some naming right. Name concrete corner wedge. Okay, so now duplicate it, delete it. Everything should be alphabetized. For the most part. All right, so name, let's name this one like glass block or something. Glass corner wedge. And now let's just up the brightness a little bit. Let's tint the concrete just a little bit. Should we be going for like a light red? I feel like that might fit because the original building certainly was more red themed, you know? It's too saturated. So the thing is with the company, showing the companies, um, Amethyst, maybe. I mean, like it is a Syndicorp subsidiary, so it should be green to fit Syndicorp, but it was red in the original, you know? I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick with this one for right now. We'll mess with it more. Don't worry. Especially once we get some actual final textures for these windows, that will save us some pain. You know, because like we're not necessarily gonna do it like just like have a facade texture for everything. That'll look bad. Um, yeah, we'll see. We will see. Though I do like putting these little lights on everything now. I should have. Yeah, I forgot it. I forgot how much I used to do that in the original one. See, I think I did. Yeah. So, guys, let's go with a slight reddish color, kind of rusted. We're gonna make it look a little bit rusted. There's got to be an actual metal for that, right? Like we have to have that kind of metal somewhere. Um, let's try this one. So let's just go bright white so that that could work okay. What do y'all think? Should it be rusted or should we go with that clean silver look from earlier? Is there anything more subtle? That's not subtle. Mm, I think that the blue and orange looks a bit better, but I can see that like when I look at, okay, well, this kind of metal plating is kind of cool, but doesn't really fit. I'm definitely seeing more love for the silver. Gold. Let's do some gold. The problem is like how how would you prevent this from getting stolen? Though I do really like this gold material. Um, but, not this one, not so much. It's like a copper. Would copper work? Copper, silver, or gold? Tell me. Uh, well, copper's still worth stealing, right? Slight bronze. I think the copper looks all right. Copper if you want complementary, silver if you want modern, gold if you want to straight up look some fan base choice. Hmm. If y'all can find me the name of a building with a golden, but it's a news station. This isn't gonna be like, uh, okay, guys, let's go with, I'm going with copper for now. Um, okay, all right. Maybe maybe turning it gold can be something we do later on. I don't know. We'll see. I don't hate the idea of gold. I just need to. We really need to think of a way to rationalize it. Also, this is kind of cool. Y'all tell me what. All right. So it looks like we still have the screen left over from before. Let's make the actually make it shorter. Okay. We'll see. Um, what do y'all think of it being hollow? Is that a cool thing that we should keep? I think it, or something that, okay, how about this? Let's, compromise. I like it, not enough for it to be the whole building though. So let us, okay, so let us, All right, there can be some exciting fights here or something, you know? Okay, we're gonna have it dip in to allow for some cool things, but I don't know. I can't rationalize having this entire building be hollow, you know? That's just that like that's too much you know, to like what architect would what company would agree to make an office that's almost entirely, you know, empty? You know, like where and also fitting things in it, like actually putting an interior. This would be hard to put an interior into, like just this part. So yeah. Um, all right, so I think okay, we have something. Sorry, I am. Wait a second. Did I not copy the lights over? That was the whole point. Where'd these lights come from? Okay, I need to put them in this this model. There we go. Sorry. Yeah. So earthquake would be rough. Yeah. The okay. So let's. Okay. All right. Yeah. This. Okay. So this. Now that fits. Save. Um. All right. No, thank you. Well, the last stream it didn't look anything like this, so you didn't miss much. This was definitely more of a modern edition. Um. Okay. So guys, we have the news tower there. I'm gonna paint. I'm going to paint some grass with. So at some point I need to modify this so it works as a widget instead of a pop-up, you know? Use, um, it's crazy how it's literally just like either there's nothing or There we go. Okay, that looks a little bit more natural. Okay, beautiful. Okay, yeah, you want it to be a little bit patchy. That's how you get things looking right. Um, Might as well go through and do these ones too. Yeah, because if it's just like grass isn't really all one solid, single uh thing, and so you want it to have little patches of other stuff. Ideally, we'd have like multiple grass textures that we could blend together, but it takes time. Okay. Okay. So that should at least cover that. So y'all, okay, so what building which building will be the school? That is a good question. So that one will be over here. It's going right here next to the hospital, the apartments, and the bank. I wanted to section the town off into more like like you want this area to be like the people part, this area to be more like industrial, stuff. So you have little corner stores and stuff. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna have more street level things for sure, because that's what a city has. Um, so that's gonna happen. Um, okay. So question is, what do we make next? What's the next building? Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, this you're changing some grass. Yeah, yeah. No, you'd be surprised the kind of things that take forever in game development. Yeah, I just wanted to get like this sort of patchy texture. Like you can see it done more completely over here, but like you want to, have these little sections that you can sort of blend together. It's not, Roblox terrain in general is pretty tough to get looking natural, but still. Uh, yeah, news is done. Make the bank. Okay, so we have school, two for school, two for prison. We're not doing prison on island. That's superhero life 3. Um, okay, so we have prison, school, or okay, so we have docks. Okay, y'all need to come to a consensus because right now we're very split. Um, let's see. I need to do it. You know how those streamers who can like just put polls for their audience? We need to do that. Let's see. I'm gonna look up streamer polls. Polling. Oh, that's just a Twitch thing. That's why. Streamlabs. Yeah, I don't have time to look into that. All right. So guys, we need to. Okay, so I'm seeing. I think school is getting more momentum. We good with school? School. All right, we're doing school. Back to school, y'all. Um, so I think the school should obviously be a brick building, right? Like that's pretty much the thing. Also, the map I think is coming together all right. Like it's not. I'd say that it still feels kind of empty, especially considering how dense the previous one is. But that density will come over time with like decorations and filling stuff in. But we'll get there. We're making progress. We are making progress. Um, the Yeah, I don't think the school will need to change too much. I mean, it's a pretty standard design for the most part. If I remember correctly, I modeled it off of a few things, but I think let me double check. I want to double check. Okay, because I don't. If it looks nothing like it, then I'm going to be like confused. There it is. Okay, yeah, I modeled it in part. One of the big design inspirations was I don't. I mean, I know y'all are tend to be a few years younger than me, but see if you get this reference. Eh, yeah, yeah, that was an iconic school design that was fairly simple. Yep, Jimmy Neutron. And now you can see the shape was pretty similar. Yeah, the obviously we didn't go with it perfectly. I think if I had, I don't remember making it too clearly at this point. It's been almost a decade. But when I made it, I realized the roof looked really boring because they, of course, never really filmed it from the roof. So then I added this. But yeah, no, the you can in fact you can really see how this part was just slapped on. Like we have like intricate stonework and masonry. We need to get this done. You know? It's yeah, it's funny. Also, it's so squashed. It's like this should be a taller building. But yeah, no, now that you know the truth, there's no going back. Um, I don't really know what the apartment glitch is, but for the most part, my remakes are that's the intent to fix these glitches and to make it easier to fix them. Rebuild the buildings for the remake. So yeah, so these buildings are prototypes. Basically, okay, so here's something about Superhero Life 2, which not necessarily everybody knows. I originally built these buildings at zero point 0.2 scale, at a very small scale, just to get the shapes right. Sorry, not zero point 0.2, at 5% scale. So like zero point 0.2, like minimum zero point 0.2 units. Um, it was either 5 or 10%. Anyway, I think it was 10% scale, but zero point 0.2. And then you multiply everything times 10, and that's how you get a lot of the details being a minimum of, you know, 2 in resolution. And we might be doing something similar to that at some point, but for now, just know that like this part is we're putting in a step before it because we want to make sure the map looks interesting. And so we're doing our pre-production first, and then we're going to go in and actually do like an implementation one. The actual implementation level, the that one will probably take. That'll be something we just do once we have a design locked in for each building. We're going to do some coding. We're going to do some coding, and then we're going to go through with the final passes after the main mechanics are done. Like y'all will have basically this uglier version of the city to play around in while while we work on that stuff, and then we just go through this. We'll make this, make sure every building has an interior, and just go through and start swapping them out with like the final version. So don't worry. These are not the final fidelity ones. This is just sort of getting like look at this, like at the top. Like there's no way I could get away with this. That looks awful. The top part. Like these are buildings that only look okay at a distance right now. Um, yeah, yeah, no, these are textures. We are going to be using some textured windows probably, just because that is a much more efficient way to do this, and it's not like there's too much benefits to having this. Like look at this. You can't even stand on these windowsills really. So the yeah no I'm open to graffiti. I think a graffiti contest would be pretty fun. I think that is a discussion to have a few months from now when we're doing that final pass. Um, okay, so Okay, so we have this. Okay, so school. Let's get a shape first. I I think that this school can do better. Especially, wouldn't it be cool if there was like sort of like what's that? What's the X-Men school? It's that one beautiful building in Canada. Um, yeah, well, that's a mansion. That's why I'm remembering it as beautiful. Okay, yeah. I actually went here. I went here when I visited Vancouver. Um, I don't remember if I took a photo, but I did go there. Please believe me. The Okay, so refocusing. Alleyways? Yeah, no, I'm definitely fine with alleyways. I think that for the most part, those will be added to some of the smaller areas. Like, for example, you might have an alleyway between two stores in the mall, or some where that'll become something that becomes more realistic when we start adding the smaller details. Because there's never going to be such a thing as like a big alley. Like you're going to have like a building that like ducks in a little bit to have a little garbage collection area. Like that's the plan. Though I do think we should definitely have alleys. There's so many superhero scenes with it. I'm surprised that none of the previous games really made an effort in that. Um, Hatley Castle, that's what it was called. But I'm still trying to think. What is a Okay, so we want. All right, guys, how cynical are we going to be? Is this going to be like a brutalist concrete school where children go to have their souls crushed? Or is this going to be like a happy, well-funded school that like has gardens and like art studios and all that nonsense? Um, what flavor of education are we are we giving? What makes more sense? It's a city, and so schools in cities have a bunch of challenges facing them, but at the same time, let's not pretend like this is this isn't exactly a rundown city for the most part. In the middle, concrete school make the children suffer. Crappy, happy. The duality of man. Um, okay, let's just go for something because the problem is as you can see, I want to make the buildings look interesting. But the problem with real life is that when you have a building that looks interesting, it let's do a brief little field trip. We're going to my favorite Roblox city. It's called Brooklane. Well, it's not my favorite city. I think we went out like it is my favorite. It's a very old game. In fact, it's so old that it said that it's set in the future, and that future is 2027. Dang, we are old. It was created in 2013. Um, yeah, 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 no, uh, I wonder if that's a plan word. Yeah, Brooklyn 2027. Brooklane in Brooklyn. Yeah, so Brooklyn 2027. Yeah, for anyone who wants to play, there it is. It is starting Roblox. How much of my life has been wasted waiting for Roblox to update? You know, is it going to capture it? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Time has not been kind to this game. There is no longer a walk animation. Oh wait, nope, there it is. Just wasn't loaded. Okay, so I think that this game does a very good job at the sort of the claustrophobic feel of the city. The best way to play this game is with your camera super close, or maybe even first person. It's very old. I know, like yeah, yeah, no, no, this is not superhero like one. This is yeah, so woo. The I think that this does a good job of like showing like a street level, like, kind of the crampedness. And I think that a lot of the old superhero life games, and to some extent even this current one, like it's not something you can really like you have one mistake that I think is made in a lot of my city builds is that I'll have a building take up the entire lot when that's just not how cities work. You'll have buildings split up a lot. Like you'll have like this little block here, and it will have like 4 or 5 different buildings in it. And so I want to do that. I think it really makes a city feel so much more alive and with a lot of depth. Um, but yeah, I think that for the most part, like, yeah, no, the not all doors are something you can enter, unfortunately. Though, you know, that sometimes that just happens. It's hard. The door question is a hard one because I think that for the most part, you don't, it is not reasonable for every game to have fully enterable environments. See, this is like look at all these little nice areas they have, like sitting up here, except these seats don't work. But yeah, like I think that at the same time, the behind the veil. Um, what was I talking about? Oh, just follow the link I posted in chat. Um, but yeah, like the oh yeah, the interiors. Because not every game, like for example, Superhero Life, there are interior roleplay moments, but those interiors have to mean something for the most part. Like you want it to be an interesting environment to be in, a place where you can have a role play. Because there is a cost to um, adding rooms that are just generic rooms, and that cost is both performance for every user. I know a lot of y'all are mobile users, and that means that the game will crash for some of you if I add a bunch of interiors. Secondly, there's the issue of actually the developer time spent making it and the time it takes me to add um, interiors to every part of the map. I could have added, 20 different powers. It's just it's a very tough thing. Um, you can get away with some of it with like procedural decorating. Like that's how the Spider-Man PS4 game did it. They have these very interesting parallax textures, which I don't think can be done in Roblox really, really simply, where you can have an interior for every window, but they don't always make sense. Um, this is not Superhero Life point 0.5, though it does predate Superhero Life. Um, yeah, I didn't play this game until I think 2015 or 16. It was after I made Superhero Life. So I guess it would have had to be 15 or 16. Um, I had played this game in time for Superhero Life 3, and that's where I got the idea for a lot of the shops that it used to have. Um, but I did not optimize that game well enough, so I had to remove those. The let's see. I do like the diner here. That's a good one. Oh, that's interesting. If you right click, what happened there? I was running quickly. Oh, it's shift to sprint. No, shift to walk slowly. Honestly, I think I should do that. The default in a superhero game is probably running, you know? Um, but yeah, anyway, that is, yeah, that's how you know this game is old. It uses the Roblox forums for feedback. Um, okay, we're building a school. I don't want to build a school. That's so boring. Okay, all right. So what design is this? We should move away from the square shape. I think that's probably the first thing to do to make this interesting. Yeah, no, I do think games for the most part are more fun on PC. There are games that like like a Fruit Ninja type game or something, which are only fun with the tactile feeling of swiping. But for the most part, I don't I don't think I don't think mobile gamers have it as easy. Which is why you got to put in extra effort to make sure that they can keep up. There's still players. You just gotta make sure to design with them at first, because most things you design that work okay for mobile work okay for PC, and the PC users, usually don't have any issue with that. Like that's kind of what Google did. If you ever noticed, a lot of website design in the last decade, they've really adopted sort of a mobile first design principle. Um, and sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't. But I'd say for the most part, like it is more readable than the internet of old. Um, let's see. Let's just what happened to that one brick facade? That's not right. Hmm, sorry. Oh, will the map be bigger? Yeah, no, no. I actually, yeah, the courtyard. I was thinking of that. I'm just trying to figure out, should I do a courtyard or should I do kind of like a U shape, you know? Because I feel like a U shape would make more sense because then you could have sort of you can have a little bit more space for the school, and I think it's a more natural um, exit, and I think the shape itself is a little bit more interesting. You can do more with a U-shaped building, like in terms of like staggering it, uh, than you can with a giant. Yeah. Octagon. Yeah, we're gonna make every building a weird shape. That's our goal. Um, is there really no exterior facade? Here we go. All right, so we're gonna use this um, as the default facade shape. All right, where's this rig? Okay, that's not how you're supposed to do it. There we go. Actually, not a single school has ever gone directly up to the sidewalk, you know? There's always like kind of like a wall around it. That's probably not true. There are probably schools that go directly up to the sidewalk. It's just, you know, you get the vibe that like there's kind of like a fence, you know? At least that's how it is in Brazil and New York. Um, in Indiana, where I went to school, they didn't necessarily have a, well, they had a fence around like the playgrounds when we grew up, but uh, when, I just think is when you're so, in Indiana, it's so car dependent that like if you try to run away from school as a kid, you just like have to run through like 20 acres of fields. So they didn't really have to fence anyone in. Yeah, 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 no, the breakdancing rig. You know, I kind of want this to double as a university or something because you know, back when I was I made the first um it's funny because when I think about it, like when I made Superhero Life 1, I added a high school because I was in high school. Like that was a place where I thought I would be at. Like, yeah, this is my place. Now I am 26 and I have not thought about high school in so long. And I have thought about college though. And so now it's like, I should make it a college. But I don't know. Well, we'll just leave it a bit, I don't know, nondescript. Let's see. Yeah, the well, yeah, it is a game of superpowers, but you don't build the city with for superpowers because if you built a city assuming superpowers existed, it would just look way different, you know? Like if everyone could fly, there would never be like a guardrail, you know? You still have to like every single balcony would just go directly out. In fact, if everyone could fly, you wouldn't have roads. There'd be no cars, you know? Like I think that like just assuming a world where everyone can fly just leads to a city which is unrecognizable. Potentially interesting. So if anyone's making any fun games with fun lore, please don't be lazy with your city design. But for the most part, I think that you know, let's see, what's the best? There is going to be a park right here, so maybe I should actually rotate it to face this direction, you know, like that. Then you could have that go directly to the park. Well, yeah, this island. Well, the thing is that okay, I wouldn't say that this is necessarily, you know, obviously it's a small island, but like this island will never, an island this size will never make sense, and so we have to deal with some degree of absurdity. Like there is no place on the planet that is just an island in the middle of the ocean with just this. In fact, maybe that's one thing I should reconsider doing. I should use some of these facades to like make kind of like, you know, with Superhero Life 3, how I kind of did like a wrapper where like I put like some basic cityscape on the sides. That might be something worth doing just to you know, make things feel real. Because if this is like an actual just like a district of a larger thing, like Roosevelt Island exists, you know, like that's like a real, you know, place that a little bit smaller than this though, but you can have like small built up islands when they're near a larger city. Um, it's just we're not near anything here. So it looks a bit strange. I don't know. We'll see. Um, I don't know. I do not know. I feel like something should be back here, you know? Like what would be here? Would this be like sports or something? It's a bit too tall, you know. Let's mhm. Let's see. Yeah, I do think, the school, there's definitely we got to put something into some interesting lore for the school because it's like a superhero island. There's no way there wasn't some weird stuff going on with that, like some government program or some crazy thing. Okay, okay, this is a more defensible school size. Actually, hold up. This facade isn't big enough. Okay, I'm gonna go up to 64 for this, and then see how that looks. Okay, that looks more correct. And then let's copy. Okay, we're gonna want to copy this shape probably. This is a good roof shape. Okay, so what's a good? This looks nice, but it's a little bit too regular of a pattern. This one, no. This ain't bad. It's just the wrong color. Maybe we. Yeah, I think props are definitely something that I want to support in the game. Okay. All right, we got some of this. I don't know. The more I look at the roof texture, the weirder it gets. Like, like it needs to be something, right? Like we all agree, some kind of roof should exist. Maybe. When you say shiny textures, what do you mean exactly? Um, so to okay, let's actually, while I'm thinking about it, let's get this out of this folder. So roof, let's make it little bit larger. I think that looks a bit nicer, you know, when you can actually see the texture. Um, I'm fine with interactable NPCs. Hmm. I don't like this building. This one sucks. Let me try lowering the roof for the side ones. Then this is starting to look a little bit like a library near my house growing up. Whenever I accidentally recreate a building that I knew beforehand, I always wonder if it's because I was subconsciously imagining it, or if just when you go at the problem from a what kind of how do I make this kind of building in a way that's realistic and cool, and you just kind of stumble upon that, you know? That's better. We're going to do something forbidden by the developer council. Going to use a union. Dang it, caught me. But I want stud offset for like the. I'm just trying to make this stupid texture work. but I think I'm just gonna have to accept a degree of like nonsense from it, you know? Okay, since this isn't gonna be the final texture, let's just flip it and pretend like we don't notice how all the lighting now looks weird. Okay, we're all just gonna agree. And if anyone's like, "Oh, he made a mistake," no, it's on stream. I know they're upside down. It's easier to cover up the bottom of it than the top, you know? Okay, okay. How's that looking? Okay, so the roof is coming in all right. Okay, so we're gonna have to cover up the nonsense down here. Let's get some good concrete. Let's see, what was the material I used for this? Will that look good here? Okay, we're gonna make a variant of the variant. So brick irregular. Wait a second. Did I not make a copy for this one? Oh, I did. I did. Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna name this one small. Okay. And we are going to utilize it on these bricks. Do I have any other devs? No. No, I do not. Sometimes I work with a friend of mine named Ryan, but he did not make Superhero Life 2. He did help with Superhero Life 3. Um, don't worry, not the parts y'all don't like. Those were my fault. The parts that people don't like about Superhero Life 3, that's my doing. But also some of the parts people did like, you know, that's it's tough being a developer. You can show us some more textures to look at. Yeah, yeah, I think yeah, probably. I was hoping that I could get away with just doing something with the brick here, but that's not gonna fly. You you know that this one is definitely going to be used in the suit creator. You know, like that. This is one that y'all will do some cool stuff with that, I'm sure. Um, I like doing stuff with this pattern personally. I think it looks pretty cool. Um, so many good bricks. I don't know what it is with the you know, texture artists and just being like, we're going to make the coolest bricks. There it is. There it is. This one. There it is. No doubt. Y'all, if y'all even disagree, don't say anything. This is cool. Perfect. It is perfect. Okay, so now tweak that. All right, it's perfect. Yeah, my girlfriend, I don't. She loves bricks. Like whenever we see, like a building or something that has bricks in it, she's like, "Oh, look, bricks," and it's very adorable. Good character building. It's like good character trait. Like a person who's just obsessed with bricks. That's a that's a character trait that should be used more often in media. Um, Granted, I am biased. All right. Yeah, no, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Yeah, we only got about half an hour left on this stream, so I don't know how much anyone will be missing really. And we're probably just going to finish this up at like a fountain or something here. I don't know too much about the interiors yet. We're still figuring out the exterior, but I do want to have more interiors. That's something which um, I feel, adds a lot of role play value and immersion. Um, I always forget how cool what's going on here. Oh, it's the light from here doing weird stuff. Okay, it's like I don't remember this. Is this mold? Um, I always love like the Silence of the Lambs style doors on here. I think that's cool. I think there should be cells that aren't that, just so you can have like a degree of like, like you want to be able to have some people who have to be in like the evil person, like that you talk to ones, and then some of them that are like in the general ones, but yeah, no, I haven't seen Matilda in a while, but no, I do think that yeah, this is looking more like a school. Okay, I didn't like it originally, but this school design is growing on me. You know, um, question is, what do we do with the? I'm gonna group this all up. What main question is, should we pull this back to make it more of a like thing? Should we center it? Centered, it looks okay. Honestly, I mean, maybe honestly, I might have just gotten it right the first time. Just kind of like the 2/3. There's still some variety back here, but it's also like not like this area is still the key, the definite front. Let me let's try something. What if I add a little bit more to this end? I think that looks okay. I don't know. It's fine. Okay, so we've definitely put a stairwell in the front here. And in fact, isn't there like a cool stairwell here? Am I remembering? Yeah, here we go. Oh yeah. Okay. So let's now these assets aren't perfect by any means. Um, but I do think that they are pretty quality. These I don't like the scaling. Like look at the scaling on this. You can tell they just imported it. It's like size 8.883. But you know, I think that just happens sometimes when you're making assets. You just rescale it without realizing, and then you're stuck with some weird float measurement. Okay, welcome back. All right, so we're just going to let's see. I really wish they would allow me to retexture these. You know, how bad does this look? Is it still like okay? What if we just remove it entirely and make it a it's not bad. I do feel like it's missing something. Like now that I've seen it at its full potential. Yeah. Let's center it a little bit better. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Let's get some of the sidewalk. Um, Here we go. Dang it, I got the wrong part of the site. All right. Now let's unlock that. Maybe. I think that yeah, at the end of the day, this is like it's a mesh part, so like you can only do so much with it. The main I think it lines up pretty all right with the sidewalk scale though. Okay, so position X, X, X. Okay, yeah, so we've matched that up all right. Um, yeah, we're just gonna have that there. So let's do that same thing from earlier with the painting. Make the threshold a little bit higher. All right, that's a little better. Because this school probably does have like a groundskeeper, so like huge patches of dead grass probably is less likely. Um, so I'm going to bet that why isn't it working? There we go. So we can add some of that, add some textured elements. So, all right. Finally, he'll touch grass. I appreciate it, Wolf. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed Superhero Life 2 so much. I definitely enjoyed getting to make it for y'all. So I'm happy to be able to do it right this time, hopefully. No, not necessarily sure. I'd say the old way was wrong. It's just I put in like the here's the thing. When I made this, I've been on Roblox for about I think 15 or 16 years. I made this what 7 or 8 years ago. I was closer or about I was almost closer to how I was when I first started Roblox as I am now. Like this game is like the midpoint in my current Roblox development. And so my hope is that I will be able to really, show some growth, like, in that area. Um, at the very least, I think I've done a better job with being like creative with the shapes. Like you can tell I played it safe on so many designs here, like just rectangle, rectangle. Like it really does look like a Minecraft build. Um, I just did not want to take risks on making shapes that weren't rectangles. Honestly, I'm surprised I did this sort of thing here, this tapering. Um, like there are some cool ideas, like the pillars and like the rounded parts, but for the most part, am. I think that I don't know if y'all like it more or less than this one, but I feel like it shows more growth. Like it shows more intent um, than. all that stuff. But yeah, I think that at the end of the day, you know, the goal should be to, make something because the original game already exists. So just like copying it one for one would be pointless. So you want to take the opportunity to make something better. And my hope is that this game will be what, what here's the dream in my head. My dream for this game is that it would be what the original game would have been if I had been updating it all this time. Like that it would still come to look something like this. Um, but yeah, the let's see, I'm gonna tinker with this color a little bit. Okay. But yeah, I'd say that for the most part, though, the school is done. Obviously, like some aspects will need to be continued with like this garden like thing here. But I want to finish the I want to finish the hospital before I touch that, which actually might even make sense to grow this out a little bit. You know, it's like it's a hospital. It's big. It's got to be big, right? Yeah, we'll see. Um, yeah, no, yeah, no, it's funny. I agree, Ohio. The schools do put a lot of emphasis on athletics over education, which I think, if the stadium pays itself off, fine. But like, I don't know. I In an ideal world we would have both, but I do often feel that, things getting shortchanged a bit. Mhm. Yeah, but I think okay, so we've got 15 minutes left. Is that enough time to start a new building? I mean, I guess we could put something here. We could do a little bit of you know, landscaping work or something for this area, but I don't know what I want to put in this area yet. So maybe we'll put like a football field or some stuff, but we're just going to leave this area open for now, and we will figure out what to do later. Um, but yeah, the yeah, I think so. Yeah, no, like I think something should go here. Hopefully, I don't just put a parking lot like last time. I think we could do better. Um, it is it is so hilarious how car brained I was when I first made this game. I was like, this is the most like small city ever. Three parking lots. It's and also the funniest thing is it's not even like three parking lots in areas you wouldn't expect. Like the mall doesn't have a parking lot, but the prison does. It's great. It's just funny. It's like it's funny because you can tell like it just never occurred to me like, oh yeah, wait, maybe we don't need to have parking lots. And my brother was like, we gotta have parking lots somewhere. People gotta park. Not thinking, oh, this is the tiniest island ever. Maybe everyone doesn't own a car. I don't know. Car realism. Um, but yeah, I think let me just finish the. I'm just I'm just gonna save my work. Um, so Oh, I'm tired. Um, so what are we gonna do next time? Or maybe this time. Like what? I think that I am open to moving the school. I think I want to know what we're putting first because right now this is a decent amount of space. If we find something big enough, we will put it right here. But if we find something not big enough, if we need to shrink the space more, then we'll do this and put some small stuff back here and a smaller thing here. Or like we can split it. If we really want to, if we were really like hard pressed for time, we could do something like this, which actually now I see it, I do kind of like that. I think rotated it does fit the shape more, but then you just have so much more empty space. And I don't want to commit a lot of empty space too early because I want the map to feel dense. And by having all those gaps around it, all that padding essentially, like we already put probably too much here and too much here. Ideally, this place would feel very like, close. And so I want to keep it here for now, but you can imagine how later on, yeah. I guess in terms of textures, yeah, yeah. Well, we can look at some textures. I think that's fine. Like the I think that honestly the textures are very cool. While we look at some textures, let's okay, let's see. We have some stuff that would look good on there's just a lot of cool ones here. The plastic ones are usually pretty crazy. It's loading. But okay, so we will be adding stuff like fences and little decorations later on, but for now we're just kind of getting the shape of the buildings. Like this. This is nice. Ooh, this one's gross. You just know this one's going in the character creator. Ooh, look at that one. Look at that. Let's see. It's like a brain or something. Yeah, the lot of cool character creator ones. I like this. Very shiny, very pretty. We have some feathers. Like honestly, the second I bought this, it was like, yeah, this is going to be very helpful for customization. Um, some decent ground ones too. Like a lot of like you see, like there's like different levels of like moisture, um, different weather things. It's going to be so much easier to change this to like the winter update because I just swap out the materials with like the winter ones. Though actually, we're going to have seasons, so I might just have to do that dynamically no matter what. We will see. Um, but yeah, the in terms of what building should we make next though? I think that that's something we should figure out. Okay, so we have the mall, hospital, town hall, um, the color grid and color wheel. I definitely want to have more colors available. I'm not sure if I'll do a color wheel, but we will have some sort of HSV type selection thing, kind of like what Superhero Life 3 did. But yeah, no, we want to have more color input options. Um, but yeah, so okay, the mall. Okay, there's mall, prison, mid-construction building. Yeah, I guess mid-construction building is one that we could do. Apartments, town hall, hospital, bank, docks, uh, you know, Yeah, okay. Um, you know, I think honestly, the fact that we only have like two people talking right now might just mean that we should save this selection for next time. No consensus right now, but I will say I'm pretty happy with how this is going. Let's just, oh, Maul, what's up, chat? All right, if y'all can come to a consensus for next time, then then we will do that one. Okay. All right, Maul. All right. Okay, looks like Maul. Okay, so the mall it is. That's these fancy buildings right here. So this is actually going to be kind of it's going to be a few buildings, really. So we're going to have to be a little bit more creative with that. Um, but yeah, we'll make sure to utilize this space accordingly. Yeah, yeah. It's like we're going to make like sort of an outdoor mall. Like the goal will be to make it feel like to have like a bunch of storefronts and like have all that stuff. There will be some covered parts, but for the most part, the goal is to make sort of a shopping center, you know. Okay, so let's just do a quick jump in. Oh no, I pressed play instead of play here. It's gonna spawn me at the prison. Here, okay, play here. Thank you. A pizza place? Yeah, that'd be nice. Why am I not loading it? Okay, here we go. I do think the scale is pretty good. Like to me, this seems like the right scale. Like it's not so big that it takes forever to run across things, but it also feels big, you know? Like I do think this map is getting the scale right for the individual buildings. Um, let's see the yeah. I don't think people realize just how massive buildings really are. Like the skyscrapers. And so like the being able to like this is actually a very small building compared to like some of the real big ones. They just you know. All right, so let's get some speed up a little bit. This will be like driving speed or something. Well, let's do E4. Yeah, no, this would be like driving speed. Okay, so we have this building. Let's see what it looks like at night. Let's see. All right. Uh, let's use Atmos for a second. What's a good night one? This one's pretty beautiful. That's pretty good. Let's adjust the brightness a bit though. Night is hard because you don't want people to actually be blind during it, but it should also feel like night, you know? I think we do have fog. It's just set to be pretty far away right now. Let's see. What are some other options? All right. Okay, this looks okay. Of course, we'll have city lights, but like, when it's night and you can't see how horrible the craftsmanship is, I'd say things look pretty good. Crazy, right? Oh, let's see, the sky with stars. Let's see. I think we have. Okay, which one? So that's the South Africa one. Celestial body shown. There we go. There's more of them. How high can we go on this again? Okay, 5,000. So yeah, there's technically stars up there. I know you can't see it super well. But no, I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, let me increase how high it can jump. Also, just to reduce the world's gravity as well. Um, okay, I'm going to still have to increase my jump power. Okay, jump height. Let's do 500. Okay, yeah, we're getting some basic flying simulation. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I should put the little red dots back on these things. Yeah, but no, I think this is coming together. Yeah, it's starting to feel like an actual like city environment with some real personality as well. But yeah, I think how this yeah well, we will well Superhero Life 3 we will be remaking Superhero Life 3 after this. So after Superhero Life 2. So that'll be in the pipeline. Um, okay, let's go. Well, wait, was it red or was it yellow? It's red and yellow. That's why I was forgetting. I can't wait to do the final pass. The when you look it up close, the actual like Superhero Life 2 original buildings look so much nicer. It's absurd. Where, let's see, where was I before I came back? I was just making, making games, just, not really releasing them. I was trying really hard to get better at the whole game making process. Um, and I do think I succeeded for the most part. It's just took a while. Yeah, no, yeah, thank you. I do like very calm night environments, especially. It's you know, Nightcycle Studios is named after my tendency to bike at night. It's just so peaceful, so quiet. It's part of the reason why I didn't like New York all that much. It wasn't very peaceful at night. But yeah, all right. I think that'll call it for today. Thank you all so much for joining. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Yeah. All right. Bye.